guys mentioned a couple, actually the last two games, that opponents have taken their bigs, put them on your smaller guys, and kind of jumped up.
Yeah.
What does that force you guys to do? How do you?
We just have to execute a little bit better, play with a little bit more force offensively. Sometimes things come, very easily to us, and we kind of stop playing with the force and the momentum of the way we been playing as of late. So, we just a lot of teams have been putting the fives on Jay to start the game and putting the smaller guy on Kev, knowing that Kev has been playing really well, so they're trying to put a little bit more quickness on him. So we just got to do a better job of continuing to watching the film when we get an opportunity and seeing ways we can exploit the matchups.
You said playing with a little more force. Is that what led to your 13 points over the last however many minutes in the fourth?
Well, that's what my teammates, when it's winning time in fourth quarter, they want me to step up and do what I do best. So, they listen. Like I told Allie out on the floor, no matter who's in the lineup, no matter who's coaching the Grizzlies, it's gonna be grit and grind all the time, and they're gonna always stay with it. And no matter how many points we had them down at a certain point, they just stay with it. And but very resilient on our behalf, just to continue to keep our composure and execute late in the game.
You've talked so many times about reading the game and letting things come to you at times. At what point in the fourth quarter tonight did you feel like it was time for you to carry the offense?
Well, in the third quarter, I felt the momentum of the game starting to change a little bit when we went up 18, and we kind of, we allowed them to get a couple threes. The Harrison twin came in and gave them a good boost off the bench, and they kind of junked it up a little bit more. So I kind of seen the momentum changing, and I knew at some point it was going to kind of be a game, I was able to, just kind of read and react. My shooters are doing a great job, and guys are doing a great job early in the game of moving, and I was getting a lot of assists. So I knew at some point they would kind of get closer to my guys and, kind of dare me to score. So, that's what I got to come through for my guys.
With you guys at what point in your career did you know late in games you could take the ball and dominate like you did tonight?
I don't know. It's just experience. I've been in a lot of big games. Either regular season, postseason, in the finals where you have to come through for your teammates, and and I just try to be as clutch as possible, late in the game, and tonight was another one of those opportunities for me, and I was able to come through for my team, and it's an honor for me to be able to even, have 14 guys and they look at me personally like, okay, it's your time, and I just try to do what's, make the right reads and make the right decisions to help us win.
With you getting the win, but also them having the comeback that they had with the standards that you set for this team, how do you process this one?
No, listen, it's going to be games still. This is a long season, and if we continue to rack up wins, there's always things we could have did better. We know that, but we did a lot of great things as well. So you don't never, you get a win in any professional game. It's already hard enough to win. So if you're able to win, you take the good and the bad, obviously, but you move on to the next one, especially in the 82-game season.
You guys had a really cohesive stretch there at the end of the second quarter. You and Kevin were kind of feeding each other. He caught you from falling out of bounds. Was that like a good sign that things were really clicking there? I know you couldn't keep it going.
Oh, listen, me and Kev got great chemistry. We've been together for almost 4 years now, so that's goes without even saying, and we just try to elaborate that to the rest of the guys as well. Try to help them feed off of us.
Is the streak a motivating factor at all?
No, not for me.
Because you won however many.
27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 26, 27.
Yeah. I think it was 27. Yeah.
But you don't go into these games with at least 11, 12.
Nah. We want to just continue to win. And if we continue to play well, then we're gonna put ourselves in a position to win, and that's all you can ask for.
You don't win 11 games without making good defensive stops when it comes down to money time. What are you noticing about your defensive group in terms of lock-in, like you had the block shot and making winning plays?
Yeah, and you just said it. It's just about making winning plays. We definitely have been defending better. Today, we took a step backwards, we felt, as a team. But, we got the stops when we need it, but you don't want to count on that too much. You don't want to just have to count on getting stops when you need it. You want to play consistent defense, for the majority of the game like we have been in this winning streak. But tonight, every night's not going to be perfect. So tonight we got the stops when we need it for sure.
So when, that's a high bar when you say you took a step back and you won, but you probably did. So what do you guys, how do you rectify it?
Well, yeah, the thing is when you're on a winning streak, obviously everyone talks, you look at the wins, but you have to continue to stay true to yourselves and understand that, it's not always as good as it looks. You always got to learn from the game, and each game is different. So tonight, we'll learn from it. The coaches will look at the things we can get better at. It's tough when you play a shooting big like Mark and a post-up big like Mark and a passing big like Mark. He kind of puts a lot of challenges on you. And then we got Tariq playing the way he did. So we just said, all right, we just got to go win this game. It's not going to be a perfect game for us, but at the end of the day, we got to figure out a way to win it. And that's what we end up doing.
Bench mob came through again, building the lead. Do you guys talk much during early stages of the ball game when the starters are out there? Not only strategizing, but how you can impact and build upon the lead, because it's uncanny.
Yeah, we do. We talk a lot on the bench. Obviously, we look and see. We get to see how the game is going. That's the advantage that we have. We seen kind of how the game is going. We knew what we had to bring, and a lot of it is just is bringing that energy, to the game. The hardest part. I've been a starter obviously before, and it's hard to start a game off and have that energy. But when you come in, you see how the pace of the game, see how it's going. You can bring a different kind of energy to the game, and that's what we try to bring. This is a team. And, whether it's the first unit, second unit, we all in this together. So, we have to do our job. Individual players have to do their job. And tonight we was able to do that.
I know we're not even 2 months in, but your play, we talked about it in the broadcast, conversation is going to come up about sixth man of the year. Deep in the recesses of your mind, or is that a goal? Would you even think about it? I know you're about wins, but would you consider that a goal?
Not a goal for me. I never put individual awards as a goal. I want to play well in my role. I'm on a great team. The second unit is a great team. So, I want to be the leader of that, and I just want to continue to play well. And whatever happens, with me playing well, with this team winning and having success, from there, we take whatever comes with it.
How much does this winning streak matter to you?
Winning matters. You play this game to win, and within a winning streak, you got to find many ways to win. And you never play as good as the 11-0. You never play as good as it looks. And when you're losing, you lose 4 in a row. You're never playing as bad as it looks. And that's the one thing you have to understand. But we play this game to win, so it feels great. It feels great to win. Like I said, food tastes better when you win. And coach give us days off when we win. So it keeps our body fresh. It keeps everybody wanting to continue to win, so we can continue to have that.
I know you've been in for a long time, in the game for a long time, but at what point did you have that kind of perspective that you just said right there?
I think, from the coaches I had in Miami, I think they kind of helped me with that. The veterans I had, early in my career, I played with Hall of Famers. I played with obviously Shaq and Gary and Alonzo, and so I played with Hall of Famers, and they helped me with that perspective. When I first came in the league, we started off 0-7, and I thought it was over. My head was down all the time, and Eddie Jones looked at me and said, it's just 7 games. And at that time, I didn't lose 7 games in college. I was like, it was a lot, and I had to realize that early. But my veterans helped me, my coaches helped me. Coach Spo always talked about stand even kill. Always talked about never get too high, never get too low. And some we preach and some we don't.
Go!
Thanks, Steve.
You see LeBron take over.
Joe Varden, Cleveland.com. An injury update. Do you know what happened to Channing? And is he okay?
I forgot what you said, BJ.
Okay. Is he going to miss any time or? Okay. Okay. You're up 19 in the third. Just can you take us through how they got back into it?
We had some careless turnovers, and we missed a couple layups that got them in transition. I think we was up 19, and we missed a layup, and they came down, made a 3, missed another layup. They got a 2, and kind of gave momentum in the game. I thought, we was picking and choosing, between Gasol and Tariq, and he played great, and he made some threes. We was trying to go under and get back on the other side, and he was able to make 5 threes tonight. So you just had to pick your poison between him and Gasol, and he made shots tonight. So giving up 11 threes in that second half, that's what kept the game close.
And then last one, LeBron scored your last 13 and 15 in the fourth quarter. Did it felt like you had to lean on him tonight?
Yeah, I mean, not really. I mean, D-Wade was great. Korver, JR made shots, but they just, they junked the game up again. I mean, putting bigs on smalls and just, kind of had us in disarray offensively. But, we just kept our composure, just kept playing, and Bron took us home, down the stretch. So it was just a tricky game for us.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Ty, you mentioned going under screens against Tyreek. Was there any thought in your mind as he was continuing to make some of them, especially in the fourth quarter, to changing up the strategy a little bit?
We did. Yeah. We went over, and then the one time we made a mistake by going under, but we started going over the top. And, we usually been blitzing, but we didn't want to blitz and have Gasol popping back for threes and be in full rotation. And so, we chose what we wanted to try to take away, and, Tariq made us pay for it, but we came out with the win.
Jason Lloyd, The Athletic. This is 2 in a row where you talked about teams junking up on you and putting bigs on smalls. You think that's the new way to try and defend this team?
No.
Why not? They've gotten. I mean, 2 teams that aren't as good as you record wise have managed to hang in games by doing.
Yeah, that's why.
Crazy things.
Yeah, you can try anything when you're trying to win. So. When you're trying to get a win, you just try different things.
You do have an off day tomorrow in between games. Are you gonna work out Tristan and or Isaiah tomorrow?
We're off tomorrow.
Okay. So neither of those guys are to the point where they can practice yet?
I guess not, but we're not practicing tomorrow. I mean, it's been our routine, and guys are getting a pretty good rhythm. Putting in their work, guys are coming in, getting their shots up, getting their treatment, and getting out. So, it's really about the guys just putting in the work. They've been putting in the work every single day. On off days, they come in and continue to work. So, right now, we're just going to keep our same flow we've been having and stay with it.
I mean, speaking of that, obviously you've won 11 in a row playing virtually the same guys. When Tristan comes back, that's could cause some rotational changes. Do you intend to start him when you get him back?
We'll see.